Yeah, so my actual name is Charles, but I go by Siimba. I picked that name freshman year of college when I got my first PlayStation. I bought it by myself, and everybody was rushing me to pick a name, so I named myself Grown King Simba because we could use underscores on PlayStation, whereas you couldn't on Xbox. And then when I was an adult, I was like, we should shorten this because that is that's a mouthful. I graduated from K State University with a degree in management information systems and data analytics. But I have been gaming since I was in elementary school. Started with things just like Pokemon. After that, I picked up card games, so Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, things of that nature. And then my dad introduced me to Magic: The Gathering, which kept me in playing card games. When I got to college, I bought the PlayStation to play Destiny, so I've played Destiny 1 and 2, and that is also when I found Hearthstone, and I have been playing both of those games ever since. I dabble in whatever, so if anybody wants to play, FPS, racing, sports games, we can do that. But the game I think I have the most hours in overall is actually probably Rocket League, which people don't guess based off of what I play now. I do. I love playing games. I think that's one of the things that I find the most joy in with playing games is that there's such a large variety. And so while I do understand the joy of finding one singular game that you love and grinding it for hours and hours and hours to be the best, being able to switch it up and go between cards, first person shooters, open world strategy, and just experience all of those is part of what I love so much about gaming because there's such different skill sets needed for each one. Um, and there's a lot of crossover, but if you don't know how to cross over all the information that you have, because the games are moving so fast, you can't fully utilize all that information. So it's been a long ride, and I don't think I've mastered any of it yet, but I'm enjoying the time I have playing. So competitive for me probably started outside of gaming with sports. I started playing sports before elementary school, I think, and I've played a ton of them, and that's where I got my competitive nature from, for sure. As far as gaming goes, though, I did compete for the school through TESPA in Hearthstone. I was an alternate for 1 year and then part of the main rotation. We never went very far, but that was super fun. I want to win a trophy in something. It's super hard. I don't know exactly what I want to do with Hearthstone because it's become so different since Firebat won in season one. Like there was just the World Championships, and we've gone all the way from different playing formats to grandmasters. And so now I'm like, do I try and be, a grandmaster or what am I doing? I don't know, but I would love to become at least a North American champion, if not a world champion in something. Um, the only thing I think that is I don't even want to say holding me back, but is being able to put in enough hours to actually compete on the same level with some of these guys. Because I would say that I'm good at the game. You have to know so many matchups and how to play for all of your outs. And the people that have been playing in competitive, they know that once you get into a tournament setting, it's way different than just sitting and playing on ladder. And it's like that for every game, right? Just playing ranked is not the same that you get in a competitive environment. So I would love to get into the competitive environment more, so that I can not just say, "Hey, I'm good at playing Hearthstone," but I'm good at competing in Hearthstone. But more than that, I would like to win some point championship playing Magic: The Gathering. Um, I had to stop playing multiple times just because it's so expensive if you're not actively winning or being sponsored to play Magic: The Gathering. But that's where my competitive want to win truly lies is in Magic: The Gathering. Preferably standard. Legacy is just insane for me. I don't know what's going on and I die on turn two, but that's besides the point. I would not say that Hearthstone is my favorite game. My favorite game of all time is Super Mario Strikers on the GameCube. Um, I don't know that most people have ever played it or know what it is. But it's basically it's soccer, um, Mario Soccer, but it's different from a Mario Party game or anything like that. I think Hearthstone is a game that I have had some of the most fun with for the longest time because I did pick it up in 2014, so it's been at this point almost a decade that I've played the game. So it's not like I have no love for it and I just keep playing it. But yeah, Super Mario Strikers is definitely my favorite game. My favorite like franchise, like gaming franchise, would probably be Pokemon, and that's almost definitely because it's what I started gaming with. And then card games, Magic the Gathering is my favorite, followed by Hearthstone. There's so many cards out now. I might actually need a second to think about all of the cards and all of the sets. I'm trying to think of what my favorite deck of all time to play is because I'd probably in in that deck, which means it's probably a Warlock card. I think I'm gonna go with. Oh, that's so hard. For the sake of this, I'm going to pick Mal'Ganis because Mal'Ganis was a card that was not just strong on its own, but also buffed the other cards that you had on the field as like a passive. And I feel like that's kind of a maybe not the best description of me in real life, but that's kind of what I like to do. You know, show up, um, excited, bring the energy, and try to bring everyone else's energy and play up along with me. So a couple of things that I would really like to get out of being more involved in the competitive scene is a better grasp on a better grasp on spectating the games because I would love to become a caster once I am no longer a player. I'm sure that there's going to become a time where I stop playing video games competitively, even if I'm still playing them for fun. And being able to be around and help enhance other people's experiences with casting is something that I've always wanted to do. As well as long down the road in the future, I want to hold my own tournaments. So I know that tournaments held by the game, right? Like Apex Legends has the ALGS, Apex Legends Global Series. Rocket League has RLCS, Hearthstone has Grandmasters, but I think it would be to put together large tournaments under either my name or some organization's name, um, to give players not only more exposure but more practice and a larger scale ability to like make friends. I don't have all the details of that tournament, but I think tournaments led by content creators and stuff like that are super fun. And a lot of the times the pay goes to charities, and I think that is awesome as well. So tons of stuff to throw around. But yeah, I love to become a caster and then host my own tournaments. If I could change one thing in Hearthstone right now, I think I would add to the aspect of randomness and RNG. Not when it comes to like destroying things, but when it comes to specifically the discover aspect of cards. One of my favorite metas of all time was filled with cards that were like dual class, tri class, and tons of discover. So while you were playing the game, it didn't feel as bad to lose to something random because everybody was playing random stuff. And to me, it feels really bad to play close to a perfect game and like knowing the whole time that you're about to lose. You're like, yeah, if they have these three cards, I've just simply lost the game. And I don't think that that's any problem that like is of like Blizzard or the game design because that's how cards are almost all the time, you know, especially when it comes to physical cards. But I think that's one of the cool things about Hearthstone being an online card game is you can have a higher, I don't know what the word I'm looking for there is, but you can have more RNG because you can generate things. Whereas like if you're playing Magic, you can't just generate stuff that's not in your collection. You can only play with what you have. And so that's what I would change right now, and which is, you know, that's not even to say a problem. I just think it'd be fun. Yeah, so for the longest time, I have been like, you know, I'm gonna be a streamer. I'm gonna stream games, and I'm gonna, you know, get on Twitch and be a streamer. And I finally come to, I don't know if I want to call it a crossroad, but I've realized that I want to specifically be like a large scale content creator, not just a streamer, which is not to say that streamers are not content creators. But I've recently been trying to put a lot more energy into using all platforms in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and then trying to find a direction because I think when I was in college, my brain space was wow, these people can get online and play video games and get paid. And that's what I want to do is I want to get paid to play video games. And like having been out of college for a few years and in and out of the streaming scene, I realized how, I don't know if selfish is the word, but almost selfish that was, to be just like, yeah, I just screw the system. I don't want to go corporate. I want to play video games and get paid. But I've come to realize that what it is that I want to do is allow myself to give people motivation and happiness, and share feelings with people and create safe spaces for people to come to while they're at work, while they're off work, while they're on the weekend. And so I've kind of gained a new meaning to content, and I hope that people see that here in the upcoming months and upcoming years, because I'm not giving up on it. I'm not going anywhere, and now that I sort of have a direction to go with the calling, I think it'll turn out well. Um, Hopefully somewhere in the future I'll be able to have all of my tags the same, because some of them have underscores and some of them don't, because people take tags on platforms. Soon enough though, I'll be able to probably just message someone that works there and be like, hey, can I have this name please? Like, I would like that, thanks. Yeah, that's the biggest thing about me right now that I want to share with people. Not going anywhere, even if I'm not super consistent right now, because the stuff that I'm working on is bigger than just going live. And once I have all that content worked out, I hope everyone enjoys it, and then I can enjoy it with them, and share some of my motivation and joy on the day to day with people.